especially when the majority of your fan base is not going to be pleased with the fact that you did this. So you telling me you let a dollar sign get in between you and your fans? You let a dollar sign get in between you and your community? You let a dollar sign get in between you and the people that built up your career? The people that went to your shows, the people that bought your stuff, the people that played your music before it got outside of the hood. What's going on, y'all? It's Dareus Dapri. I'm back. Hold on, my mic is... Why is that way over there? Anyway, as y'all can see, I have to stand off of my snowball mic. Anyway, I haven't been on YouTube in a minute. I'm back because I got some stuff I want to talk about. I wanted to start this like talk show anyway, but what a great day to start on. MLK Day. Rest in peace to MLK Jr. Thank you for all that you've done. I hope that this is coming through. All right, we got the audio working back properly. But as I was saying, America is a skit at this point. It's a joke. I don't even know what else to call it. I just don't feel like it was this bad for our parents. And I'm not, obviously, things were worse, especially socially, racially. Things were worse for the economy. Well, I don't even know. No, I don't even know about the economy. I can't even speak on that. But things were definitely worse for our parents' generation, grandparents' generation. But something about this seems worse, like the joke of it all. And it's really Donald Trump being in office for a second time, and everything that comes with Donald Trump being in office. And I'm not just talking about, policies and things of that nature. Obviously, people have a lot of issues with what he says he plans to do, but it's more so my thing is more so the joke of it all. Like, are you kidding me? From the fact that he is a reality star, that's the world he comes from, and now he's a president for a second time. On top of the fact that he said if he was to ever run for president, he would pretty much pander to the Republican Party because they're a bunch of idiots, and he could easily use hate to pretty much grow his following. He said he was going to market to the hate of bigoted Americans, pretty much, which is essentially what he did. That doesn't excuse the fact that, he said and done some terrible things. And I'm not really here to talk about my personal dislike for Donald Trump or whatever the case may be. I just think it's insane that this is the world we live in. And what's more offensive about it is the fact that I feel like he's calling us, in particular, Black Americans, dumb. Because he's getting artists that he believes we look up to, he believes we champion. You get what I'm saying? Like Rick Ross, Nelly, Soulja Boy, and Snoop Dogg to perform for his inauguration, almost as a way to say, see, we got black people too. But not just that. I feel like it sends a message to Black Americans, especially the ones that get it, especially the ones that aren't easily fooled. And I'm not saying that most black people are easily fooled. I think a lot of Americans in general are easily fooled by certain moves, certain performances. You get what I'm saying? They're easily fooled and controlled, and their emotions are easily tugged at in certain ways. And I think politicians, if no one else knows this, so they do things like this. I mean, that's like the whole world of propaganda, right? And politics itself. I'm no expert, so take this stuff with a grain of salt or don't. I feel like he picks the right artist. I don't know if it's him, his team, or whoever, but they pick the right artists that they know would be willing to do it. And dare I say, dumb enough to do it. Dumb enough to do it and not even be able to justify properly why they did it. There's really no valid justification in my eyes as a Black American, rich and famous or not, for you to do that, to be outside of a dollar sign. And that's not proper justification to me. That doesn't weigh enough to me. I'm still going to think you're stupid for doing it. But at least you can say I did it for the money. At least I know what you did it for. But we're getting responses already, and it just happened less than 24 hours ago. And we're getting responses from rappers like Nelly saying he didn't do it for the money or whatever the case may be, and trying to justify why he supports Trump. And really, in every video clip I've seen of him responding is really just him trying his best to justify what he did and just sounding like an idiot in the whole process. I have nothing against him personally, but this is the truth, brother. Like that's what you look like right now. Using that kind of like gaslighting dialogue Like, show me where he's a white supremacist at. Show me where he's a white supremacist at. What? Like, that's your response? That's your response? That's your justification? That's how you're going to handle this situation? Show me where he's racist at. Show me where he's a part of the Klan at. Show me. That's all you needed? As long as he's not wearing a white hood, no matter what else he said, no matter all of the things, all of the violence he incited, no matter the ignorance that comes out of his mouth, he ain't wearing a white hood, so I'm good to go. I can go get that check. And I'm all for black people getting their money. I'm all for people getting their money. I'm all for people gaining wealth and whatever the case may be. I just personally feel like as artists in the industry, as people who are rich, people who are famous, I'm sure you've turned down plenty of gigs. I'm sure of it. You haven't taken every gig that's been offered to you. So in what world could you not put morals first and turn down a gig? Especially when the majority of your fan base is not going to be pleased with the fact that you did this. So you telling me you let a dollar sign get in between you and your fans? You let a dollar sign get in between you and your community? You let a dollar sign get in between you and the people that built up your career? The people that went to your shows, the people that bought your stuff, the people that played your music before it got outside of the hood, before it got outside of wherever it started at? That's how you treat those people? Say you don't have morals. Say you don't care either way it goes. Say you would have performed for whatever president it was in office, the worst to the best. You know your fan base, or at least your initial fan base, the people that built you up to where you are and even got your name known in any type of capacity, right? And I want to reiterate, I have nothing against this man personally. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. But I do think that this is a display of ignorance, a display of people like Trump who will go and get the dummy Negro boy to perform and tap dance. And to people like me, I'll speak for myself, to people like me, a black man like me, I'm more offended because I feel like Trump and his team or whatever is trying to insult our intelligence. It's like what did you think that was going to do? You thought that was going to make people with actual intelligence, people with actual thought processes look at this situation and go, oh, Nelly supports it. Oh, Snoop Dogg supports it. Trump might not be all that bad. No, we're just going to think they're stupid. You just revealed that they're idiots. That's all you did. That's all you did. And I mean, no disrespect. I don't even like, these people are legendary in their own right. As an artist and somebody who looks up to music writers and music makers and rappers, I commend them for everything they've done artistically, musically, and I still look up to their music. I still look up to what they've been able to do with their pens and their careers, right? This doesn't take away from that. However, it does make me think of them differently, because that's all it took. It was that easy and simple. Is it that hard to stand on morals? Is it that hard to stand for something? On MLK Day? On Martin Luther King Jr. Day? How embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is that? How would y'all grandparents feel? Shit, how do y'all parents feel? Like, all you had to do was just not do it. Just not do it. Even if you had no skin in the game, you didn't care which way it went, you didn't even care about the politics. You don't even, like, I don't even care that much about politics because it's annoying, gives me a headache, it's all phony and fake. But if you didn't even care whether Trump was bad or good, knowing what this means to a lot of people and most of the people that are a part of your community, why not just say no? Was the check that fat? Was the check that fat? From what I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of artists, especially legendary acts, I should say, y'all get gigs thrown at y'all all the time. Y'all get movie opportunities, whatever the case may be. Was there not a show the same week or the following week or something that had the same dollar sign on it, that had the same number behind the dollar signs, that you could have been like, oh, okay, I'll pass up on this $500,000. I'll pass up on this $1 million because I know I can make $1 million next week. I can make $500,000 next week. Am I tripping? I might be dipping too far in y'all pockets. we're not even gonna go down that route. But it is really weird, bro. It's just like, come on, y'all don't stand it. I think the kid in me who looked up to these black adults, not just them, but just a lot of black adults in general, I thought so highly of them. I thought more of them. I thought that their brain contained more intelligence than what's being displayed. And I think that's what bothers me. Like, wow, some people really don't have a lot of depth. Some people don't think past a dollar sign. Some people don't think past the surface. That some of these people you look up to and you're inspired by don't give a damn. And that's weird. It's not just sad. It's weird. It's like, what is going on? It's like a Black Mirror episode or something. Like, is this real life? Like, are you kidding me? And I think what's scary about it is that it seems like the tide is turning. Like, if I'm being honest, it seems like we might have a rise in like black conservatism, or is that how you say it? Black Republican, a black Republican revolution, a black Republican rise, like almost as if a lot of black people are about to get into bed with the enemy. They're about to lay down willingly. Like, they're about to go back to the plantation, pretty much metaphorically. And I'm not even trying to be funny with that. Like, that's what it feels like. It's that's the sentiment. That's the essence. That's the feeling that I'm having difficulty articulating. But it's like they're giving up, or not even really giving up. Like, I guess so. Yeah, like they're submitting to white power, essentially, or they're just too damn dumb to even see they don't actually see the importance of certain things. Some people just, I guess, literally just cannot think past the surface. Like, they're so damn dense, they can't, like, it. They really don't know the weight of what they're doing. And I think I'm leaning more towards that. That has to be the case, because even when Nelly was explaining why he did what he did, or when he was trying to justify it, it seemed like he genuinely was coming from a genuine place. Like, he really feels like it's justified because X, Y, and Z, and whatever he was saying in that video. And that's even more scary. Because someone who has amassed the amount of wealth, and I don't know how much he's worth, but I know he's rich. I know he got more money than me. So somebody who has done what he's done with his career and been around this long, you would think that there was more depth up here. Like, you would think that the thought process went further. I'm really hoping, for the sake of your reputation as a human being, I really hope that he did it for the check, and now he's trying to justify it because he realizes it turned out to be way worse than he thought it. Like, the backlash is way worse than he thought it would be, which I don't know why you would think it would be any less than what it is. And if it's not that, then it just means that he's dumb. And I personally don't believe he's dumb. Like, I don't think he's dumb. Like, you can't become Nelly and be dumb. Like, you can't get that far being dumb. Can you? I don't think you can. So with that being said, he sold out. He's a sellout. I don't want to spend, I'd already spent 13 minutes on that topic. I don't even want to hop on Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross. I mean, the internet said it all already. Rick Ross been calling Aubrey Drake Graham, a white boy all year, and then you go and perform for Trump's inauguration. There's hypocrisy in that. There's definitely hypocrisy in that, for sure. Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, he hinted at the fact that you might not be a stand-up guy. He hinted at the fact that you might not be a real nigga. And I hate those words are coming out of my mouth in the same sentence with Snoop Dogg in it, because I respect you. I respect your artistry. I respect your career. But I'm disappointed. I have to be honest. As a fan, as somebody who you've inspired, I'm disappointed, because I just feel like where's the line drawn? Like, how much money is not enough money to do something? What does that even mean? Is there something? Is there something else in it? Like, did he give you something that like only he could give you? Like when he pardoned Lil Wayne, and so Lil Wayne went to one of his rallies and spoke, or whatever the case may be. Like, is it that type of situation? Because if it is, I can find some respect in that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if it kept you out of prison or some situation like that, I don't know if you was in some type of situation, then I can have some understanding with that. I think a lot of us could have some understanding with that. But if it was just for the dollar sign, like, bro, what? Y'all don't care at all? That's weird. Are y'all that far removed? Has being rich and famous removed y'all that far from where y'all have come from that y'all thought something like that was okay? Really? Seriously. There are white people that wouldn't have even done that. You want to know what that tells me? He picked y'all on purpose because he thinks you're stupid. Anyway, moving on to the next topic. What was the next topic? Let me look, because I kind of forgot going off on that rant. But yeah, Trump is pretty much mocking us and calling us stupid by one. I don't know if this is true. I've never even heard this. But I feel like this happening on MLK Day is intentional on Trump or Trump's team's behalf. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I could be reaching with that, but either way, I'm offended. Oh yeah, and the black pastor at the Trump inauguration doing all of that hoopla. How do you feel? Let's get a word from you. No, I'm just playing. But it's just on MLK Jr. Day. On MLK Jr. Day, every comment, every DM, every email, every letter, every piece of hateration coming your way, every bad comment, everything coming your way, you deserve. You deserve it. You deserve it. Because you did it for money. You did it for money or publicity or both. And you're a pastor. Now, I'm not one to comment on people's relationship with God, but I would have a hard time believing God led you to do that. I would have a hard time believing that. I can't tell you that's not what happened because I don't know what goes on between you and God, but I would have a hard time believing that. So don't even come with that. Don't even come with that. Because 9 times out of 10, you did it for the check. You did it for the check. You did it for the check. Because any truly anointed holy man, in my opinion, would not even want to be seen in like alongside someone as Donald Trump. Given the things he spewed out of his mouth, given the things he stands for, given the violence he's incited, given who his following is, who the people that champion him and push him to the forefront. That's all I'm gonna say on that. That's because let's talk about the TikTok ban. I had a feeling that TikTok would not be banned. I'm not one of those people to say I told you so, because I didn't tell anybody that, but I was hoping that it wouldn't be officially banned. And then the way that they were going about it, especially starting it earlier than they say they would, like the middle of the day before the 19th, it was a little odd because it was like, yo, y'all got to do this early. Like, we don't get no more time than this. That was weird. And then the messaging, I think people had commented on this already, like how Trump's name was in the messaging or added it to like the updated note, like messaging, the error message that came up on the app of like, you can't access this right now, but we're working with Trump diligently to solve this problem, whatever the case may be. It was obvious at that point that this was a setup by Trump, his team, whatever the case may be, to make Trump look like the savior. And I felt like that was pretty obvious, given the fact that he did the same thing with the stimulus checks. He held up the stimulus checks so that his name could be added to them, so that when those people got their stimulus checks and looked at them, they seen Trump's name and felt like Trump handed them $1,500 personally out of his pocket. And how many tweets, how many black people online did you see saying they want Trump back in office, whether jokingly or seriously, because he gave them a stimulus check that they blew within probably a week? 9 times out of 10, let's be serious. So if he can save TikTok for black Americans and others alike, well, nobody's like black Americans, but you know what I mean. then of course more people are going to see him as a savior. Then when he runs again, or when he needs black people again, he's going to get enough of them saying, oh, well, we champion Trump because he saved TikTok for us. At least that's what he thought, but I don't think anybody's buying it. I think people are, not that anybody was truly asleep to his antics. I think some people are just flat out kind of stupid. I know that's kind of rude. My mom told me I can't say that, but I say it anyway. But yeah, I think people are pretty hip to the fact that, like, Trump was the one, allegedly, if I'm not mistaken, he's the one that started the TikTok ban, that initiated the ban in the first place. And then he comes in as a savior. This man is performing skits in front of our face, and some of y'all are eating it up. Like, it's a shit show. It's a joke. It's a joke. Like this country is, I'm not going to sit here and act like America is just the worst country ever, because it's not. I know that there are worse places to live and be, but I've only ever lived here, so I can only really speak on what goes on here for real. It's goofy, to say the least. It's goofy. I think that encompasses exactly what is going on here. It's goofy. It's weird. Let me tell y'all why I think TikTok was allegedly going to did get banned for about 12 to 14 hours, and why it seems as if it's in new ownership. I don't know. Some people are saying Meta might have bought it. Nobody released a official statement or anything yet, but the app does feel different. It seems like it's on a different server. Somebody said it actually is on a different server. I don't know how true all this stuff is, but I feel like the government couldn't control enough of the American people's thought processes. They couldn't control what we thought as much. You know, with the dawn of streaming and other social media platforms, plus TikTok, whose algorithm was ran by another country pretty much, we got access to information so easily, and so many different perspectives and opinions and other facts that were probably once hidden from us that we didn't have before. You know, when everything was on cable and everybody sat down in front of a cable TV and watched the same commercials, watched the same handful of programs, watched the same movies, watched the same couple of news channels, we got the same information. They could keep us scared. They could give us the exact information they wanted to give us, make us feel however they wanted to make us feel, which is usually afraid, right? And now it's not as easy to do that. While they still have some effect on us in that sense, I think that people were able to reveal stuff on TikTok and it would travel faster than other social media apps, but faster than anything else because of the algorithm, how the algorithm worked. I think they're one of the first, if not the first, social media platform with an algorithm that pushes your content out to a bunch of strangers before anything else. Other social media apps like Instagram, it goes to your following. Really, now it only goes to a small percentage of your following, and if it doesn't perform well, then it just gets pushed down in the timeline and just goes away, right? With TikTok, they constantly and consistently push your stuff out to strangers first, right? So stuff just traveled so much faster. You get what I'm saying? And they didn't like that. This video is getting pretty long, though. I don't want my videos to be that long. Since I'm here, I didn't plan on starting it this early, but I do want to start a new segment on my channel called The Talk Show with Dareus Dapri, TTS for short. We'll try some other names out, see how that works. But yeah, I want to just talk about current events, pop culture stuff that's going on, my own thoughts, or maybe I'll just say my own personal like life stuff for like vlogs or a different segment. But yeah, I feel like I could hop on here daily and do this because I've always wanted a talk show. I've always wanted a radio show growing up, and then it evolved into wanting a podcast and a talk show. And I figured, you know what, let me just do it my way, my style, right here, just like this. So yeah, I'll be doing another episode tomorrow. I might even do one again today, honestly, because the type of things I can talk about, and I could talk for probably hours. So I should probably just break up these topics into different videos, but I don't know. Maybe y'all like to sit down and watch long form streams of consciousness about current events. and topics. So if that's what you would like for me to do, let me know in the comment section below. If you think I should break them up into different videos multiple times a day or just in general, let me know. But yeah, welcome to the first episode of The Talk Show with Dareus Dapri. And I know it sounds so simple, right? But that's because I wanted it to be straightforward and simple, kind of in like a exactly that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is exactly what I'm doing. It's a talk show and it's me. A talk show with me. Anyway, at this point, I'm just talking and ranting. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace.